I was gonna say, explain your concept behind TV, because it's a concept that I've been able to attach myself so closely with and understand so accessibly throughout your content, and also just
awesome.
Obviously throughout the way that you explained it to me.
Cool.
Tell me about the little companion block of a TV you have.
So the whole
little Pokemon.
Yeah.
Come on, little TV, come with me. Come here.
The whole premise, basically, and it was actually inspired by a song, and the song is called TV. It's the title track of the whole project, and has yet to come out at this very moment, but it will drop with the project. And the whole premise is that it's the way that I kind of interact with like these past loves and past relationships, and how like I create this like nostalgia around them, and the same way I like curate like a world and an aesthetic around a song, I almost do the same thing with like past relationships. And the whole idea is that like I just keep watching it on this like TV screen in my brain, right? And it's like an old vintage TV that I'm using to like visually like symbolize this feeling, you know? But it's nostalgic love. That's really the premise of it. And it's kind of just like I keep reminiscing about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's also the thought loop thing a little bit too,
Absolutely,
right? Because it's
absolutely.
like you're flipping through the channels of your previous thought,
Exactly.
or your
exactly.
current thought,
Right.
but it all has to do with previous experiences and love, right?
Exactly.
And you're watching them on the TV.
Like literally, that's the whole premise. Yeah. It's fucking cool, and like I don't want to say it now because I don't want to give it away, but like the way that I will move on from that in the project, and also I'm planning to do in my life as well, you'll understand it at the end, and you'll see how I tie it all together. It's gonna be fucking sick.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool.
Is there like a release timeline?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm playing around with this a lot because I have the track list, and I have, you know, the next single is just about ready to be like submitted, but I don't know if I want to release it as a project or if I want to just do them all as singles, because it's only 5 tracks, and like the more I would hate to let marketing and like the atmosphere of the music industry like dictate my decisions around the art, but I also feel like at this point like I really don't have anything to lose, and I really like, I don't know, I'm not in a position where I can just do whatever the fuck I want, and I feel like I have to succumb to some element of the way that strategies might elicit growth for me as an artist. You know what I mean?
There's an argument that you're already doing that.
Definitely.
Like there's an argument that you're already making like as much content and the type of content that you need to make,
right,
telling the right stories that are engaging, interesting. I know you do your like TikTok research and stuff like that. Like that's all like feeding right into that better strategy.
Exactly.
And a strategy that inevitably you need to take care of right now at this part of your artist journey.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So yeah, so I mean, I just think I'm gonna release every song is a single, and then when TV, the title track comes out, it will come out with everything. And that way, like the whole, for the viewers, the whole idea behind this is that like getting an individual release for every single track on the project will allow me to to pitch to playlists, and that while I might not necessarily like, I'm not really planning to place on a huge playlist on Spotify, but I'm planning to, you know, be in the algorithm and be on radio and be on what is it called, on repeat, and like release radar. And you can only get one of those every 28 days. And the Spotify like release cycle is really pushing for one release every 28 days. So I feel like it would be a waste to drop them all at once and only get one song for 5 basically in the algorithm.
Absolutely.
You know the artist Rio Voss?
I don't.
He had that one song with Zetra. I remember we talked about.
But
he did a similar thing where he released like one single a month, and it was, the album name is Gore, T-O-R-E, and he did it in reverse order. So one song had the capital E in it, right, and then the next song had a capital R in it, and the next song had O, and then the last one had the G in it.
That's really fucking
And then he just released, it was a single, and then the last single was the last one, and then it was spelled out Gore. Exactly. And then he just released it as like an EP, like single kind of thing.
I love that.
All in one thing.
It's brilliant. And like Jesse Cannon talks about this a lot, and he's a really like big influence of mine. And he says basically like singles, the whole idea of singles is you're bringing in new audiences, and then your EPs and albums, your long form projects are there to nourish the audience that you already have, right? So if you think about it, I'm maximizing my potential growth by releasing every track as a single, but that album is going to be there the way I intend it to be from front to back once it's all over. So like it's there. So once I've converted you as a fan, you'll get to experience the art the way I intended it to be experienced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm just maximizing the potential that you will be a fan and that you will see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So that's kind of my little compromise and my little strategy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
cool.
fire.